Apple has jumped into the AI race, announcing its plans to integrate the technology into its products. The tech giant is calling it Apple Intelligence, but it has a lot of catching up to do with companies like Microsoft and Google, which have emerged as the early leaders in AI. National technology reporter Ange Lavoipierre is with me in the studio now. Ange, Apple is a bit late to the party on AI. How big a deal is what's been announced today?
It is pretty significant just because I think everyone has been waiting for this last shoe to drop. Samsung, Google, everyone beat them there, really. You could argue that there's some wisdom in hanging behind. I mean, Google, OpenAI, all of them really have had their share of, I suppose, difficult press around, I don't know, Google's AI telling people to put glue on pizza or whatever the case may be. So maybe some wisdom in hanging back, but they've certainly arrived at the party now, or sought to appear that they're arriving at the party. So we're going to see AI apparently woven into a whole range of features, particularly on devices. So they've also struck a deal with OpenAI around ChatGPT, so that will be kind of married to Siri. For iPhone users, so yeah, it is quite a big deal. It's their big play on this front.
What do we know about the user experience in this?
Yeah, we will have to wait to see. So it's going to be rolling out in the next few months to some users in beta mode, I suppose, with software updates, but from what we can, judge from the glossy presentation, and you've always got to take those things with a grain of salt, of course, but it does seem like they're offering a more contextual, more personalised user interface. That's what they're promising, at least anyway. They're also making a lot of promises around privacy because people are nervous about that, and that's understandable. So they're trying to reassure people.
And how are they reassuring them on that?
Yeah, so saying that a lot of the interaction with the AI will happen on the device specifically. And when, it is a more complicated request and they have to sort of ping it to the cloud, that the servers that it's interacting with will have extra layers of privacy, extra layers of security, and that user data won't be kept on the servers. So that's something they're trying to communicate really clearly, perhaps benefiting from being a little bit late to the party and seeing the difficulties that have arisen for others.
So Ange, for the many of us using Apple devices or who will in future, when do we expect this all to be rolled out?
Yeah, that's right. So we will have to wait a while, potentially. So over the course of the spring, users who have more recent models of the tablets and phones and laptops will be able to potentially access it. It's in, as I say, beta, which means that it'll go to some users but not all users. So yeah, next few months potentially.